like really one day of rain down here doesn't seem all so bad.
No, no, and we're going to talk more about Helene here in a second as it's approaching landfall. We'll take a look at the radar and all that. Our radar is actually a little tropically juiced. We've got a lot of moisture in the atmosphere, but it's beneficial for us, right? We were running so far behind for rain, and a lot of us have recorded about 1.5 inches up to 2 inches of rain so far. And there's still more here with the back edge just moving through the Berlin, New Hampshire area right now. So you can see this computer model is maybe just a tad bit, I'm being nitpicky, but just a tad bit fast moving this stuff out of here. But it has a general idea that over the next few hours along the coast, we'll be wrapping this thing up. This is 8 o'clock tonight, so it may be closer to 9 or 9:30 or 10, depending on your spot. Down East Maine, still seeing some showers even around 11 o'clock tonight. And then the last of this moves offshore, and we're in better shape. And actually, tomorrow looks like a good day. Originally, it looked like it was going to be a little bit fighting with the cloud cover, but the latest models have decreased the cloud cover, increased temperatures a bit, so we've got some 70s possible. I don't know about 76. I'd love to be wrong, but I think we're likely to get to the low 70s tomorrow afternoon, especially over southern Maine. And then we roll into the weekend, and things are pretty quiet. We do have, I think, a good amount of cloud cover around on Saturday, just based on how things are stacked up in the atmosphere, but it stays dry. Temperatures in the mid and upper 60s, and we likely do better for cloud cover the second half of the weekend into Sunday. Future rainfall amounts, so this is additional rainfall on top of what we already have, about 0.5 to 0.8 along the coast. So again, we're looking at a place like Portland has picked up 1.3 inches of rain or something like that. So we'll end up around 1.8 to 2 inches, which is a good amount. In fact, this one day of rain knocked us from the driest September on record to out of the top 10. So that's all it takes is one system like this to bring us back closer to average. So looking ahead, that low moves out of the way, high pressure builds in. Again, it fights with a little bit of cloud cover here on Saturday. I think it does better on Sunday, and I really like Monday and Tuesday. Temperatures perhaps into the mid 70s in a couple of spots and a lot of sunshine in there. All right, let's have a look at Helene, which is a category 3. This storm has never excelled at having a really defined eye wall, but you can see that it tries to a little bit here at the end underneath that icon, and it certainly is more present on the radar picture. And this is a Cat 3, as I mentioned, and is just basically moving almost due north here, so starting to scrape the outer bands into the Tampa area. All of these are tornado watches, which is not uncommon. Hurricanes kind of quietly produce a lot of tornadoes, but it's often lost in the other damage. They're usually lower end tornadoes. So we'll see. This is not a great situation, though, just barreling there into Florida. So we're quiet over the weekend. Again, varying degrees of sunshine. It looks good on Monday. I happen to have Monday off, and I'm pretty excited about it. I was supposed to do a speaking thing, and then nobody wanted to see me speak, so they canceled it. That's not really exactly how it went, but it could have. It certainly could have. So I'm psyched about this because now it's going to be.
Yeah, if it wasn't that, you're usually planning to take the good days off.
I do. Only when we're fully staffed. When we're fully staffed, I'll be just picking those days out 10 days in advance.
Yeah.
See you later.
Thanks.